Mr. Maple, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're going to dismiss the unlawful carrying of a weapon in exchange for your plea on the DWI. You need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. It's important because if you ever get pulled over, an officer is going to look at your record. They're going to see a DWI. What do you think they're going to do to you if they smell alcohol or dope? Right. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? So if I were you, I would never get in a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a toke off a joint, whatever it may be, because you're taking a humongous risk. For $20, you click one button, you can have a car taking you perhaps $30. Anywhere you want to go, it's a geographical oddity why it's always $25 to $30 with Uber. Do you understand? Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. It's a lifetime decision. Is this what you want to do? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1. There is a surcharge that you will be required to pay for this case.
I want to put on some testimony concerning the surcharge.
Okay?
Mr. Maple, where are you currently employed?
With my uncle. Working with him.
What do you do?
Look at houses, remodel them, and fix up houses.
How much do you generally make a month?
1,500.
Okay. Yeah, but I take it you have to pay for somewhere to live, correct?
Yeah.
You have to pay for a vehicle, insurance, cell phone, food.
Yes.
When your monthly bills and expenses are paid, does it pretty much equal what you make, the $1,500 you make each month? Can you speak up?
Yes.
And would you be unable to pay a $3,000 surcharge based on your financial situation?
No.
Past witness.
Why on earth would we bend over backwards to help you when you don't give a rat's behind about this case? You have taken off 4 different times. You have failed to appear in this court for court settings. Why on earth have you taken off 4 times? What? So you just don't care about us and work is more important than court, huh? Actions speak louder than words, Mr. Maple, but you have taken off 4 different times. You are lucky that you are not in jail right now as it is. So why on earth would we help you when you don't even want to help yourself? Why?
Just trying to better myself. I should have listened to my gut and come here.
How much do you really make a month, Mr. Maple?
1,500 a month.
Who do you live with?
My dad.
Who are you here with now?
Just the lawyer.
I don't know. You know, it's
Young kid, nope. Not working, not a troublemaker. Just
here's my problem, Mr. Maple. My problem is that you've taken off on us over and over and over and over. Today, you're walking out of here and nothing is happening to you. My experience is that when we are too easy on people, they don't get the message and they act like a bonehead out there in the free world. And then they end up either picking up a new DWI or doing something else that's even worse. How do I know that you've learned anything about this? Because like I said, with how bad you've acted with us over the course of the last 7 months, you're skating out of here with a proverbial slap on the wrist. How do I know that you have learned anything, Mr. Maple?
Because I got my baby brother looking over me, and I gotta do better.
Here's what we're going to do. I will take off the $3,000 surcharge, but you will be required to pay the court costs in this case, for which are around $500. And I'm going to tell you now, if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit in jail for 1 day. So you will be required to pay for something. And if you don't pay it, your butt will sit in jail for almost a week. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you now, the next time you come back, if you come back with the DWI, it's around $6,000 in surcharges, not to mention court costs. So you can look forward to around $7,000 in fines and fees.
Here's the twist. This actually is leniency. The judge removes a massive financial penalty, but replaces it with something more painful for most people: accountability. Jail time for unpaid fees is a pressure tactic courts use to force compliance. The message is clear. You might escape today, but next time, you won't.
If you want to drink, if you want to get loaded, if you want to smoke, find another way. Do you understand? Because if you come back, it will be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm suspending your license for 180 days. You are not allowed to drive at all. If you drive, that in and of itself is a Class B misdemeanor, just like a DWI, a driving on a suspended license case. Heed this warning. There won't be another one. Do you understand? All right.
Your Honor, any previous suspension from this incident, would it run concurrent?
Really? Really? No. No, there has to be some kind of consequence, man. Really? Taking off 4 times? I'm taking off 3,000 now, and he wants me to. I love you. Go. So 180 and then just the court costs. So only CC, yeah, the 3,000. Ms. Simmons Urban, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, ma'am. Okay.
On November 14th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a trespasser call at a business in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with a witness who stated the defendant was asked to leave the business but was refusing to leave. The officer walked over to the defendant and tried to inform her that if she refused to leave, she would be considered trespassing. The defendant would not listen and did not want to leave. The officer attempted to detain the defendant and place her in handcuffs, but the defendant kept pulling away, refusing to give the officer her hands. The defendant also braced her legs on the ground to prevent the officer from removing her, and the officer had to use a reasonable amount of force to place the defendant in handcuffs and remove her. The defendant braced her legs against the seat and door and prevented the officer from properly detaining her in the marked unit. And once in the unit, the defendant grabbed and pulled the officer's shirt, trying to pull herself out of the unit.
Okay. What store is this that she was in?
I have the address. I'll look to see if they have a store name listed.
Your Honor, ma'am, if I may speak.
Now's not the time. I mean, I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything that you say, they're going to use it against you to prove guilt. You'll get the opportunity, I promise. Just now's not that time. How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 30 years old.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I don't have a job. I'm disabled.
What's the nature of your disability?
I got cardiac web, a hematoma, deteriorating spine, hole in my heart, pulled ligaments, bilateral kidneys, asthma, cancer.
How do you support yourself?
Currently at this moment, I'm supposed to be receiving, I got my Social Security claim number, but they refused to give me my award letter. And also, I was currently supposed to be residing at Vermilion Apartments, and my contract, I guess, was
I want to
switched.
talk about the case. I just want to know how do you eat? How do you get money?
I don't.
I need you to fill out an application for me, and then I'll take a look to see if you qualify. As a condition of your bond, don't go back to this place.
You know, it appears to be a housing facility.
Okay? Do not go back to this place, ma'am.
So I can't go back to Houston Housing Authority.
Whatever this place where they were trying to trespass you from, don't go back, ma'am. I'll provide you a lawyer today and we'll talk about how we go forward, but I don't want it to be more bad blood and I don't want you to go back to jail. If you go back, they don't want you there.
That's police brutality.
There's got to be some other reasonable way that we can work things out, and we'll try. But you got to give it time, let things cool down. If you go right back after this issue now, you're begging for trouble.
Well, my contract is supposed to be terminated on 11/30, meaning I still have an active contract. So what am I supposed to be doing about that in regards to that? I mean, I have my paperwork to prove it.
I can't give you legal advice, but we'll have you talk to a lawyer and figure out how we go forward. Okay? For the time being, don't go back though,
Okay.
please, because it's only begging for bad blood. Okay? Yeah, so I need you to fill out an application for me. I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria, and then we'll just have you take a seat while we find your lawyer. Okay? Please.
Flores.
Invoke my constitutional and amendment rights as well as my civil and civil rights.
Call you to remain silent. Yes, sir. No, sir. Okay.
Is there a problem?
I honestly feel threatened by this courtroom.
And? This is not the circus.
I'm
This is not a playroom. This is a court.
I'm
And
very coherent and competent.
no one says you were incompetent, but you have bond conditions that you're supposed to live up to. And we've given you so much as we've also given you a lawyer, and you're supposed to treat everyone here with respect. And when you don't, there's serious consequences.
Is there a thing for self-representation? I know that is a third option as well.
Of course you can represent yourself. You can do open heart surgery on yourself too.
Well, I ask for fair representation in a speedy trial.
No one here does anything to hurt anyone. The only thing that we're concerned about here is public safety and that everybody gets treated fairly and with respect. That
Life
includes,
life and safety against Harris County.
I don't know what to tell you about there, but you need to take that with whoever you feel threatened by. But
Harris County.
here, we need to protect everybody in Harris County.
This moment is critical. The defendant asks about self-representation and the judge's response, while Blunt is legally accurate. You can represent yourself, but courts strongly discourage it because defendants almost always hurt their own case. This is a judge trying to prevent a legal train wreck before it happens.
Me and my children.
We've given you a lawyer. I want you to treat him with respect. And I want you to treat our clerks with respect, our bailiffs, and us. I'm not asking for much. The only condition I put on you now is to not go back to the location where you were allegedly trespassed from. They don't want you there. So that's why I'm telling you now, don't go back. That's the only condition that we have.
In regards to my housing, which is my documentation right here, that should be submitted into my file. My stuff is supposed to be terminated on the 30th of this month, which I had probable cause to actually go and speak with Gary Baxter in regards to my housing contract. I also emailed informal hearing before November the 1st and haven't got a response back. So I had every reason to be at Houston Housing Authority.
You may have had a right to be there, but at some point, they're well within their right to say, look, we don't want you here anymore. You are creating a disturbance, so we would like you to leave.
Can y'all subpoena the cameras?
You can do whatever you want. You're going from here to here to here to here to here. Listen to what I'm saying and focus on this in the now. Don't start thinking of something in the future or something because you're not listening to what's happening now. You may have had a right to be there, But at some point, you lost that because of the way you may have treated everyone, and then they didn't want you there anymore.
I'd like to file a hate crime against Harris County, the city of Houston.
Okay. You hear what I just said? What did I just say?
Oh, I can't go back to 2640 Fountain View Drive in regards to it being my property, but have an actual,
I believe so. It's the Houston Housing.
yeah, the Houston Housing Authority have an actual
Now,
reasons to
that's
be there.
not to say you may send them an email. You could send them a fax. I don't know if that would include calling. As far as trespassing is concerned,
I can look into it, Judge, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was wrongfully
they can
evicted.
have an issue if she calls over there. That I don't know.
Wrongfully
The notice here
terminated.
that is kind of the subject of this incident does give her multiple options: email, mail, fax, phone. And she did send those emails. She
I don't know now with them telling her they don't want her back. How does that play
if they
into?
haven't asked for a no contact order and there's no specific person, I would say.
Exactly.
Because she
No response back from my
She still has
emails.
not been, she lives in, she has housing assistance through the Houston Housing Authority judge. And it says her assistance will be terminated on the 30th. So I mean, this is where she lives of this month. So she's still got a couple more days to try to resolve whether she's gets to continue, having housing assistance.
The only other thing, it's what's your last name again?
Simmons-Irvin, ERVIN.
You're very passive aggressive in the way you come off.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a victim of Harris County.
That may be well.
And so are my children screaming.
That may be well right, but in life, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. And when you go to these people and you act in such a manner that they think you may be threatening them, you're not going to get far.
It's
Listen,
retaliation.
are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, sometimes if you tuck your tail, you may get a lot more in life. I'll give you an example. I got pulled over months ago. I know I was in the right, but the officer came up and he goes, "Why did you stop? Why didn't you stop at that stop sign?" I know I stopped. May have been for a second or two. I told the officer, "Listen, Simmons," I told the officer, "Look, I'm sorry. It was an accident. I'm an idiot." He let me go. If I would have said to him, you a-hole, you're wrong. I didn't stop. I did what I was supposed to do. What do you think he would have done? He would have probably given me 5 tickets. But because I said, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. It was stupid for me to do that.
Well, when you're facing reverse psychology
You get more with honey.
and they try to provoke you,
So what? Who cares? Be the bigger person. You're still going to get more. That's life. That's maturity. And when you tuck your tail, sometimes you get so much more, even if you're in the right and they're in the wrong. Who gives a shit? Sometimes that's what you have to do.
I also understand the indirect language it is in the Harris County Handbook dated 2021. And anybody that threatens and harass me in it, I have every right to press charges.
Did you just hear anything that I just said?
I did. I understand. I won't be there, but I know that I had every right to be. So if I'm forced out on the
You
streets,
don't have every right to
it'd be
be.
because of the government.
Don't have every, I am telling you now and I'm ordering you not to go back to this place.
I'm not going there, but I have every right to speak. So I guess I need to contact Washington or somebody in regards to my contract and things, because this is a government facility. And as it says your housing assistance will be terminated on 11/30/2024. I also have 2 different client numbers as well. One number is 582213 and another one is 251651. So I had every right in regards to speaking with Gary Baxter again, which is right here, Kenneth Coles, Gary Baxter. Also received an email to reinstate my housing, I don't know, from Gary Baxter in regards to all that. So I'm just confused, because if I'm forced out on the streets in regards to being homeless and they're trying to pass new laws, then just so hypothetically, of course, thrown back into Harris County against my will, where I was held for 6 months. which is a violation of my constitutional and amendment rights, then it's retaliation. Also, I was told to surrender my inheritance in the direct language while I was being attempted murder by Harris County.
Have you speak to Corey about everything. Just remember, be nice. You get a lot more when you're nice than when you start raising your voice and yelling.
I am a traumatized victim, so if y'all could please work with me in regards to that, because I am a victim of Harris County. I do have a vow of Violence Against Women's Act. It is still in the residence portal and everything. Simmons Urban.
If anyone ever treats you wrong, just tell me, and I'll try to do what I can to help you out. In any way, any shape, form, fashion, whatever you know, I'll help you as much as I can. All you got to say is the word.
I'm also facing my children being, the child explicit cases.
Okay.
So let's just focus on just signing your
So I'm going to have you sign the conditions. We'll have you stay with Corey. Just be nice. Hopefully you'll get your housing back if you're nice. That's it. All right? Please. Okay. Mr. Brown, you were charged with 3 cases. You were charged with terroristic threat, actually 2 counts of terroristic threat. You're also charged with criminal mischief. On all of those cases, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. I'm sorry, on the mischief, you're facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney appointed to you if you cannot afford one. Do you understand these rights? You sure? Okay, we're gonna talk with Alex to find out what happened, and then we'll see how to go forward.
Yes, Judge. On November 13th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a criminal mischief in progress at a group home in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer made contact with the first complainant, a staff member at the facility, who advised that the defendant broke his bedroom TV on the previous night, and that on this day, November 13th, 2024, the defendant tried using another resident, the second complainant's laptop, since his TV was broken. When the first complainant informed the defendant he could not use the other resident's laptop, the defendant became aggressive and angry, threw the dining room chairs in the living room and the trash cans in the backyard, then punched the living room and bedroom drywall, creating 2 holes. The first complainant stated the defendant then threatened to kill him and the second complainant multiple times. The complainant advised the defendant attempted to grab a pot of boiling hot water and rice as he threatened to kill him. Both complainants stated they felt fear of immediate serious bodily injury and/or death after the defendant threatened to kill them. The first complainant advised that the damages the defendant caused is in the amount of $1,500.
Mr. Brown, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on all of your cases. I assume that he's still living in the group home. How can we separate? Because I don't want you to have contact with these 2 people. Do you understand? Are you sure? I don't want you to have contact with them, and I don't want you to lose control. If you do it again, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand, Mr. Brown? Yes or no? Does he understand what I'm saying? Okay.
I left the administration. I let him transfer to another house.
Say it again?
I moved to another house.
Okay. How has he been with you since then?
We're going to do that today.
Oh, you haven't done it yet?
No, yet. We're waiting for the court order now that you say that transfer. We're going to move it. But the other stuff, we stopped it. That's what we're on.
Guys, please. How has he been behaving since that time?
Since the time that they brought him down here, the other gentleman, the one who brings the staff, is not there no more. The only person that's a contact is one of the clients that complained about the laptop.
He's still there?
Yes, he's there. But we can move him or the other guy out of the house.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what happens if this happens again, Mr. Brown? What's going to happen to you? If you break someone else's stuff again, what's going to happen? Do you understand? You also, I'm sorry, say it again? I didn't hear him.
He said you don't like the people, rent to a different house. I told him I'm gonna change him to a different house.
They're going to put you in a different house. But what happens if you get angry again? It can't happen again. If they put you in a different house and you get angry again and it happens again, I have no choice but to put you in jail. Self-control, Mr. Brown. Do you understand? Are you sure? Okay. I'm going to have you talk to a lawyer today so that we can figure out a plan how to go forward. I'll give you a lawyer. You guys need to work on a plan how to manage anger, because I don't know if he gets does he get angry a lot?
Yeah, get angry a lot, it's true.
We need to work on that. We need to work on your anger, because you don't want to work on it? You have to. What happens if you really do some damage and they put you in jail because you do something really bad? You have to understand that no one is going to bond you out. You will sit in jail for a very long time if you lose control again. That can't happen. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to have you take a seat, if you don't mind, just right back there. I need him to sign bond conditions, so he can't leave until we have him sign it, and then I'll have you speak to a lawyer here momentarily, and we'll figure out a plan. I think that as part of the bond conditions, I would like him to get a little anger management. I think it's necessary. Okay. Hey, be nice. It's not hard. Okay? Just take a seat, maybe a couple minutes, and then I'm going to have you talk to William, Mr. Brown, okay?
We have young Mr. Celestino. He was the BVR. I guess he's making his way up, but over here. He was the BVR for alcohol. This is the one that.
Is it with a C? This is not your first time testing positive for one issue or the other. This is your second time for you to test positive. I asked you one thing and one thing only. Do not use. It's not our first rodeo here, Mr. Celestino. Do you know what happens now? Yeah. Goes with you.
So what's going to happen is I'll talk to you soon. He may end up on the docket tomorrow, Judge. If he does, we'll have to revisit it.
Absolutely.
Are you going to raise bonds or anything like that?
Yeah.
Do you know?
5,002.
2002?
5,000.
5,000. Okay.
And then we can talk tomorrow. Hey, thank you, Mr. D.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hey.
I have no advisor for a walkthrough.
What's your cost number?
just had it up. 253-5551.
One?
Yes, 253-5551.
Okay.
Judge, the PSR is right next to me.
Okay. Ms. Biza, come up. Oh. Wait. You want me to give her another PR bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Good reasoning for our PR bond. All right, Ms. Biza is, as you know, currently on bond for previous out of this court.
She has to tell the DWI. She picked up a new case.
And as you can see from the court record, she does appear and come for court every time she is required to do so. She's been working as an associate banker at Chase for the past 3 years, and is actually working on trying to get a promotion to assistant manager, hopefully soon. She's also a student at ACC, and it's her first semester working on her degree for computer science, expected to graduate in 2028. And she's also a volunteer at her church. Do you want to pronounce that? I can't pronounce it if you can.
Iglesia Bautista el Cordero de Dios.
And that's in Houston. She regularly volunteers there. And as part of the previous case as well, she is already in group therapy for addressing the concerns with the DWI and et cetera. She's also going through her own personal therapy as well outside of group therapy individually. Currently, her monthly expenses are monthly income is about $1,500 with expenses being about $600 as she does live at home. But yes, we are requesting if a PR bond could be made. We do have a bondsman present with us today, though.
One bond for DWI. And I ask you two things, ma'am. I ask you don't use, and I ask you to stay out of trouble. And now you've picked up a new case. You were charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
An officer was working an extra job at a bar, and he was notified of a female suspect who had been previously trespassed but was currently on the property. The suspect was found to be in the venue near the bar. The officer approached her and told her that he needed to speak to her outside. The defendant was belligerently drunk and told me to wait until she got her drink from the bartender who had previously refused service. The defendant was escorted outside and detained.
So she'd been previously warned about trespassing there. Okay, Ms. Biza, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Mr. Fleming.
Yes, Your Honor.
I appreciate your tenacity, but not only did we ask her not to pick up a new case, but we ordered her not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. She's allegedly at a bar. She's allegedly intoxicated again. And in so much that the officer is asking her to step outside and she goes, hold on, let me get my drink first. Really? I'm now ordering you to go into custody, ma'am. I'm revoking your bond on the DWI, and I'm taking you into custody. And I will now give you a whole host of conditions, Ms. Biza. And if I find that you continue to violate conditions, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And I hope that now we can get your attention, because I guess apparently before we have not been able to. So she goes with you. DWI, I'm going to set it at 5,001. The trespass, I'll set it at 2,501. I can't give her a PR bond, Mr. Fleming, because that would just be enabling the behavior. And I want her to realize that it's not okay what she's doing. You know, it's just, I'm not asking for much, you know?
Yes, Your Honor.
So.
What was the amount for the trespass? We should be set for tomorrow, or?
Yeah, she'll roll up on tomorrow's docket, and then, you know, if she isn't able to bond out after a couple of days, we can talk. But I want to understand that we mean business, and me just catch and release, that's not the way to do things, because I think that it would just be enabling behavior. It's,
Your Honor.
it's not. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, appreciate it. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Counsel.
We're on Miss Nambo. She's the one that went for testing this morning. I think Miss Sama's gonna come up over here.
Okay, are you just now signing on?
I signed on, Sunday, I believe.
Okay.
But we do not have the blood, so I think she's gonna ask for a HIPAA order to get the medical records and blood.
Yeah.
So we just need a reset for that.
What do you need?
Judge, she does have a physician statement to take medical cannabis.
Sorry, man, I'm not letting anyone do it. I mean, it just, come up, ma'am. You have prior weed cases, you have prior DWIs. I don't want you using. There has to be other ways to self-medicate, other than just smoke weed.
I don't want to, I take, the medicine I take is really strong. Like they change, because I can't sleep. So I can't sleep. And I went like 3 days without sleeping. So they gave me like this other medicine and it's like super strong. And I don't like how it makes me feel because I work where I work around a lot of machinery. So at the next day when I take that, I'm still like all loopy.
And you take it earlier, if you're taking a sleep aid to help you sleep.
Hours a day.
Sorry?
I work 12 hours a day. I work from 7 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. So since I'm drug testing Monday and Thursdays, they switched my schedule around. So they put me on night shift. And night shift is the same thing. I work from 7 p.m. to 7 in the morning.
How's her test been so far? So what I'll do is I'll switch your testing where you can come here once a week. And then how can we do it so you work a day shift and not the night shift? Because messing with your circadian rhythm by working the night shift is even worse. I mean, that's going to just throw things out of whack. Yeah. So I would prefer you to work the day shift as opposed to the night shift. And I'm willing to work with you as far as testing is concerned, but I don't want you using. I want you to be
that's
clean.
Why I didn't, even with that, I told them I didn't want to do anything until I got an okay from you. And
I'm not okay with you smoking weed. There has to be other ways to medicate to deal with anxiety and those other issues.
It's PTSD. I take a lot of stuff already. I take and it causes like right now, like constipation. I have to go to the ER yesterday because it's too many things. Like in the morning I take I have ADHD and I have bipolar disorder and I have anxiety. So I have stomach issues too. So I have to take pills for that. I have to take pills for the ADHD. I have to take pills. It's like a lot of pills. And it's like, I didn't bring them with me today, but I take about 7 medications. And it's a lot. So it's a lot on my body. So that's why I haven't even filled the drug test because I don't smoke like that. It's just like when I have a hard time, like being able to sleep, I do that when I'm at home to sleep.
You're doing good so far. I'm happy to work with you with your schedule for you to be able to work the day shift if you need to.
This is what bond revocation looks like in real time. When a judge feels like conditions are being ignored, especially alcohol-related ones, it's game over. No more chances. No more warnings. This isn't punishment yet, it's prevention. The court is stepping in before behavior escalates into something worse.
I'm a supervisor, so it's like...
how can we help you to where you can start working the day shift?
I don't know. I
will take you off at least one day off of the drug testing a week.
Okay, I can ask my boss if that works with him.
Ask if that works. We can tweak it in any way to try to help you out. Okay. You're here now. Are you able to contact your boss now so we can try to work? Step outside, Joe. You guys talk with your employer, find out how, you've been so far. Has the case been open since June, really? And she's been testing negatively since June?
Yes, and we also have her on transit, but I don't think she's submitted to, they haven't called her a permit.
So let's do this. Do you have a device? Joe, does she have a device now?
I have a device.
Portable?
Yeah, a portable, yeah.
Okay, I'll take you off the randoms. I'll take you off the Monday, Thursday testing.
Okay.
Entirely. You've been doing good since June, right? We're now November. You've been doing great for 3 months, 4 months. I'll take you off the Monday, Thursday testing. That help? Okay, so you don't have to come back. We'll set your case off a month. Just take care of yourself.
Okay, but don't use this, right?
No.
No, okay.
For now, no. I don't want you smoking. I don't want you using anything and start
I don't-
relying on dope even more. There has to be other ways to deal with the PTSD.
I do counseling. I see a psychiatrist, but I
Right.
take the gummies, but I'm scared to take even CBD.
I don't want you to.
Because,
I don't want you to use.
okay, yeah, because I don't drive or anything.
I'm willing, I'm gonna take you off the Monday, Thursday. Okay? So that way you can try to get on your daily schedule so you don't have to work at night. Hopefully that helps also, because when you're working a night shift, you're trying to sleep through the day, that's really gonna even more so throw your body out of whack as it is. Is that what you're doing now?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's messing you up more than you can possibly know. You know, I know that people take certain types of medication to deal with the fact that they work the night shift.
Yeah.
So, and just it really throws your body out of whack.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's set you off a couple weeks. I'll take you off totally now. I mean, you're still going to be randomly tested, but you don't have to come 2 times a week here. We'll just give you a normal setting now. Get on the day shift and let's see how that works out. Okay? If you're still having issues, let's come back. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to be really hard pressed to just let you smoke weed. There has to be other ways to deal with PTSD than just smoking. But let's see how that works, and then we can. I'm always approachable. You can always come back when we talk more. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff. Hi, Ms. B.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Plea on Mrs. Jamarian Sias.
Good morning, Ms. Sias.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 7 days that you've already done. I guess, or the other theft is
Will
going
be
to be,
dismissed upon completion of this plea.
okay. So you have 2 counts of theft. The agreement is they're going to dismiss one, you're pleading the other one. You have to understand that because you're pleading this, it will go on your record from now on. You're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do? Okay.
You want to plea?
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yeah, I got it.
Well, no, you know, deferred, nothing like that.
This is third step, Judge.
Okay. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this. It will be like this forever. Do you understand, ma'am? How do you plead to the offense of theft? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement of 3 days in jail, credit for 7. You need to understand, this is now 2. You pick up another one, you're looking at a felony charge, years instead of days. Even as so much as you pick something even small, you're looking at a lot of time in prison. You understand? Okay, ma'am, good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it. Mr. Cavazos, come up.
Page 4.
Thank you. Did you say that we're doing time served,
No, sir, this is gonna be a deferred.
deferred? Is there any restitution that's,
Yes, sir, 1,000.
okay? All right, Mr. Cavazos, you're charged with failure to stopping of information, which is a Class B misdemeanor. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 6-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. This is really important because, you know, with these types of cases, if you plead guilty to it, they can turn around and sue you and use that against you. And could cost you a pretty penny. Do you understand?
How does it get removed?
We'll talk about that.
So first, assuming you complete it successfully, you may be able to have it sealed. Okay? But first things first is you got to complete it successfully. If you fail to complete it successfully, you pick up a new case, you test positive for dope or alcohol, or you don't pay what you're supposed to, we're going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail, and we're only going to talk about if you violated it or not. If you do, you're looking at up to 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'll make you a deal. If you do well in half the time, you're nice to everybody, get all your classes done, you pay restitution, I'll take you off in half the time. You can be done in 3 months. That's no time. Get everything done quick and be nice. Pay the restitution and you're out.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 6 months. So all you have to do is the restitution to a Miss Duran, an effective decision-making class, 12 hours of community service, no threatening, harassing, abusive contact with a Mr. Barrett. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this how you understand it?
John.
All right. We wish you the best of luck. All right, get it done. Good morning, Mr. Washington. Where have you been?
Scheduled, that's why.
You thought it was what?
Scheduled, I got a text message that it was rescheduled somehow, but I guess it wasn't.
We give you a reset that tells you when to be here.
Yeah, November 11th, but then some on my phone it said the 21st or something like that, so it's just a miscommunication.
What am I supposed to do about that?
It wasn't my intentions. Thought it was today. That's why I came today.
Mr. Washington, I will give you a get out of jail free card today. It's not going to happen again. If the next time you don't come back, I will put you in jail and I'm not giving you another chance. Do you understand? I'm sending you now for a drug test because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. You ever blow us off again, that's it. You will stay with me in custody. Do you understand? Take a seat for me. Tristan Johnson?
Sir.
Mr. Johnson, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 14th, 2024, the officer conducted a traffic stop after observing the motor vehicle have a defective front left headlamp. The motor vehicle came to a complete stop and the passenger immediately exited the motor vehicle. The officer remained with the motor vehicle and made contact with the defendant, the driver. The defendant had an odor of marijuana emitting from his person and a narcotic search was conducted. The officer observed a white in color packaging pulled from the right side of pants that appeared to be packaged marijuana. The substance was identified as marijuana based on training experience with a weight of 1.12 grams.
Did you say he was the driver? He was
the driver. The passenger fled the vehicle.
Okay. All right, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
No, sir.
You're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond. If I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, I can have a contempt hearing. You're facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, which is a promise that you're not going to drive.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to go save people. Do not drive.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
What do you do for a living?
I work with my mom.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to smoke marijuana.
Yes, sir.
I will test you 40 to 45 days from today. If you continue to smoke marijuana, likewise, I will put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you stop as of today, the next time you come here and we test you, you should be negative.
Yes, sir.
I don't care if you're in the car and everybody else is smoking or what. No excuses.
Yes, sir.
You want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't want a court-appointed lawyer?
I guess, my bad. I didn't get the question.
So tell me what you're doing with yourself. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I'm helping my mom, like with the flowers in the yard and stuff like that, just like
That's
stuff.
not a real job, dude. I mean, a real job where you work 9 to 5.
I go to school, welding school.
Are you actually enrolled in school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to provide you with a lawyer today. I want to see that you're actually enrolled in school. If you are, that's fantastic. That's great. Show it to me though. I want to see that you're actually enrolled, and then that's absolutely wonderful. You're going to kill it as a welder.
Yes, sir.
But if you're smoking weed, they're going to drug test you when you try to get a job. And if you test positive, you're never going to get a job. You got to stop.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to stop right now.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you want no alcohol as well?
Correct.
I don't drink.
As of today, you don't smoke either. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you want to drive, go get a license, get insurance, show me that you have both, and I will take this off. But I'm telling you, if I find that you drive, there's going to be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to have you sign, I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to get you to Victoria Center reset, and then I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we find you a lawyer.
All right, Judge, next is page 19.
Okay.
Perez, come on up.
You said Perez? Are you Jose Perez?
Yes.
Mr. Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. On November 14th, 2024, the officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle driving through an apartment complex at a high rate of speed, exit the parking lot, turn onto a public roadway, and squeal their tires in violation of a Pasadena city ordinance. Upon running the defendant's plates, he observed the vehicle to have expired insurance and expired registration. The officer observed the defendant continue to travel at a high rate of speed, make a U-turn without using a turn signal, and squeal his tires again.
Is this in a parking lot?
He exited the apartment complex and onto the public road, and a traffic stop was conducted. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed red, watery eyes, and odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to drinking and trying to elude the officer on the roadway. Standard field sobriety test was conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, walking turn 7 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The officer observed an open container halfway filled and cold to the touch.
Drinking while driving?
And DIC was red, and the defendant consented to breath. Results were 0.152 and 0.152.
Tell me, Mr. Perez.
Dígame, señor Pérez.
Are you in this country? Are you a United States citizen?
No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Sin permiso. Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
Si usted va a la cárcel. My family will be without help.
What else?
No sé.
I don't know, my family depends on me.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Con o sin permiso.
What happens if you go to jail, Mr. Perez?
A la cárcel, señor Pérez.
I want you to think.
Quiero que usted piense.
Pues es que me va a ir mal con mi familia. So, puedo perder. Tengo mucho que perder realmente.
Well, again, with my family, I have a lot to lose.
Mr. Perez, you are not in this country with permission. If you go to jail and immigration finds you in the jail, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with. And then you will be shipped off to immigration. The fact that you have an open container in the car makes it a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you get. And I can tell you now, if you spend any more than 6 hours in custody, immigration will find you and they will put a detainer on you. I am putting conditions on your bond now, and if I find that you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail so fast your head is going to go as fast as the tires on your car. It'll spin that fast. Do you understand? You are not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I am also ordering you not to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. You will be signing a promise with me today that you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? What did I just say?
I can't drive if I'm found driving or drinking or consuming drugs. I will have to return to court and pay a fine of $500.
You will go to jail.
La cárcel.
You will go to jail.
La cárcel.
Any prior DWIs, Alex?
No, you're right. No sé si-
I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you will get with Felicia for your bond conditions. Mr. Perez, heed this warning. You will not get another one. And I would hope that you recognize it's elementary that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. You're going to reset your case. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir. That way. Are you Myra Herrera? Ms. Herrera, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 12 months. As part of the probation, you will do a DWI repeat offender DWI education class. You will do 2 victim impact panels, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. Guardian interlock, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you are pulled over in a car and you're asked to submit a breath test, you must submit one. If you don't, then you're in violation of this probation. No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, and 60 hours of community service. Is this how you understand the agreement? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. You know, your record, it's not pretty. And I'm going to tell you, if you were ever in a car, you get pulled over, the first thing an officer does is they're going to look at your record. Even if you have the faintest smell of alcohol, what do you think they're going to do to you? Right. I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a sip of wine, I wouldn't get into a car because you're begging for trouble. What we're doing now, this DWI will go on your record, and from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. Even if you've had a sip of alcohol, don't even get in. You're begging for trouble. So there's an FSGI.
Order in the court.
Was there any restitution or anything?
I think we addressed that, the restitution on the DWI.
Yes,
What? Did she have car insurance at the time? Please tell me she did.
She did not, Judge. She did not.
So I spoke to the complainant. There is restitution in this case. I think we discussed it. He had insurance, but that was the deductible, was the restitution.
So, I mean, that's, how much was the restitution?
$1,500.
Is that a part of this as well?
Judge, I think I forgot, it just got left out of it.
Oh, yeah, I think that was just my mistake if I didn't put it.
Yeah, it needs to be on there, right?
Just got it, Judge.
Can I write it in? Okay, who is the restitution to?
John Jensen, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to tell you now that I'm going to keep you on this probation until you pay restitution. It's not fair that someone else has to pony up money out of their pocket when, you know, they should be made whole. Do you understand? You know, there's also a matter of fines and fees that you're going to be required to pay for this thing too. You know, there's a surcharge that you're going to be required to pay. It's a $3,000 surcharge. We'll give you 2 years to pay it, but that's something that you're going to be required to pay as well. And you need to understand, if you don't pay it, you will go to jail for every $100 you owe. You will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand? So we take it extremely serious. You've already had this exact same situation dismissed a year and a half ago, and now we're here back again. It's time that we get your attention, and I hope that this is it. You know, lucky that there was nothing worse that's happened. How do you plead to the office, man? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to write it in. You're okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, just in case. And then, all right, ma'am. So, what does she have now?
Just portable, Judge.
Okay, are you driving? Okay, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes.
What happened with the ALR suspension? Do you remember?
I think it was dismissed. I'm sure it was dismissed, but I'm not.
Alex, do you mind looking real quick? It's better that you know now what's going on with your license. If you're going to drive, do not drive unless you have insurance.
I have insurance.
Make sure that you have, because if you don't, then it could really, I mean, it could cost you a very, very, just a huge amount.
Your Honor, I see the ALR suspension lifted as of November 22nd. However, I see a subsequent SR suspension that is not lifted.
Okay, so her license is suspended now. You can't drive, ma'am. And I'm making that a condition until you get your license back.
There's not enough. She attempted to.
She did it herself or something?
Through DPS.
Johnson?
Happened where.
To a third party, because I was gonna reach.
She was trying to resolve the license issue through paying restitution, and someone wouldn't agree to it. So because she didn't have insurance, so DPS got involved in terms of paying restitution, but someone wouldn't agree to it. Yeah, she was trying. She was actively trying to do it.
Don't drive. Your license is not, it's suspended at this point. You need to just get a hold of DPS to find out what you need to do to get your license. If you drove here today, you cannot drive home. Don't drive. You're in violation. If you drive, you're in violation of the probation. If you violate this probation, I will issue a warrant. I'm going to put you in jail. And you're looking at 180 days. So be careful. You understand me?
Lifted now that she has a court order to pay restitution.
Oh, I don't know, but don't just start driving. You need to call them. This is the number to the driver's license division. It should already in my hand. That's the number to the driver's license division. You need to call them before you just start driving to verify, because if you just start driving on a suspended license, you're in violation. When you call them, call at 7 a.m. Don't call it any other time, otherwise you'll never get through. All right? Questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks, Judge.
Hi. Deputy, can you stay with me, please? I am extremely upset with you, Mr. Escobar Tobar. You have taken off on me over and over and over and over again, repeatedly. For you to blame it on someone else is disingenuous and not true. This case is 550 days old, and you've taken off on me 4 different times. I think that have we reinstated the bond?
There's a bond set, I believe, Judge, $10,003. The previous bond was 1,001, which we were asking, which he posted last
I
week.
absolutely appreciate your tenacity. I absolutely love you, but I have to hold him accountable. I can't let him go, and I know that you're signing on now for the first time. This is not my first rodeo with him. It's been over and over, and it would be me enabling him, telling him it's okay to do what he's doing by letting him go and reinstating his bond. It's 4 different times. You will now go to jail because of the repeated failure to comply with bond conditions. You think this is a joke? No. We hold people accountable. And when you repeatedly fail to show up to court, there are consequences. And you will now see that. It goes with you.
Judge,
Tell me.
would you allow him to post the bond and do a walkthrough if I get a bondsman here? They're on the way.
Okay, I'm not letting him do a walkthrough. No, because it's the same thing. It's letting him go.
I understand, Judge, but he really truly did not know about yesterday's court date. He immediately called me as soon as he found out.
Steph, I appreciate it, but you gotta understand, I have to hold him accountable. I mean, if you want, I'll give you a bond reduction, but no, it's now time to pay the piper.
Would you reduce it to what it was previously to 1,001? It was originally 100.
No, what I'll do is I'll do 5,003, okay? Because it's now 10,003. It should be 10,004, actually, but I'll do 5,004 if you want, okay? All right,
You would
goes with you.
absolutely not. I mean,
It's 4 times, it's 550 days
even
old.
if I get the bail bonds to come and say he truly did not get the date.
I understand. No. Sorry, Steph.
Okay. I'll go and talk to him.
All right, so
And I'll get a reset date on it.
So here's the thing. He's going to auto-populate tomorrow. So we're going to end up seeing him here tomorrow. So you're welcome to Zoom on tomorrow. You're probably going to end up posting bond now. So probably be out within the next, 4 or 5 hours. So, but I can't just let him go over and over and it's 500.
I understand, Judge. I don't know what happened before. He was telling me he didn't have a very good communication with the prior attorney 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. I don't know.
It's utter horse, you know what? Because we have literally reset him over and over, been working on a mitigation packet for nearly a year. So the thing is that, and I know that you're just now coming on to it, but we have quite a bit of history with him. It's over and over. We let him go over and over. And at some point I got to say what, so. All right.
Awesome, Judge.
Thanks. Hey, how are you, sir? Sit down.
Judge, I'm here on Brittany DeFrawi. She's not on docket, I don't think. When we spoke last, I had just gotten on the case. We had heard about her allegations of testing positive for methamphetamine, which was a concern to me. Since that time, and she's here, we have had an opportunity to dig into it a bit more. Ms. DeFrawi apparently was taking both Adderall and Vyvanse. It appears from what we can tell from the drug lab tests that we are seeing, they may well have been testing for the Vyvanse. Vyvanse.
I can't imagine that Vyvanse is going to make you test positive for methamphetamine.
It can. Apparently Vyvanse is, I've got the articles here, I'll be happy to share with you, but Vyvanse metabolizes down into a form called D-amphetamine, which it's, what is it, I'm going to mess it up, but it's D-amphetamine, which will test positive for methamphetamine. in fact, the same lab testing agency that Harris County is using is now involved in two federal lawsuits for testing people positive for methamphetamine, when in fact they are not. We're trying
to see that.
Yeah, where we're trying to untangle the kind of circumstance here. We've become aware of some other allegations involving alcohol testing device in her car. And it's my understanding there are also some email chains between my client and her old probation officer about her reporting dates and her testing. And apparently this previous probation officer had some discussions with her about knowing that the Vyvanse would test positive on the UA test. We're trying to gather all those.
But there's still other violations? And is she continuing to test and make sure that she's not using alcohol
The
or?
last drug test I have is from October 31st. She also is obscuring the camera in her on her device. And I did
Come up, Mr. Frawley.
violations. I mean, any emails between the previous officer and your client.
And I'm sorry, you don't what?
See any emails between your client and the previous officer
It's
about.
unacceptable if you're covering the device when you're supposed to be blowing into it.
She's not covering the device, Judge.
It's like obscured, it's looking at the camp, like you're looking at the sky, there's other people going into the device.
Oh, no. Oh.
If I may, Judge.
Oh.
What we're seeing, there's not a routine pattern of this. What we're seeing is that there are occasions, and Mr. Frawley can speak to this, she would go back in and get everything recalibrated whenever it was brought to her attention that she was not being captured on it. To be fair, there have been occasions when other people have driven the car and they necessarily must blow in it, but it is not a pattern behavior. It is very sporadic.
Yes, and then on top of all of this, Judge, she also is on probation and felony court, and it looks like they're gonna push a motion.
If I may, I've already spoken to felony court. They're not pushing the motion. They are waiting to resolve this issue. I went up there just now, and the judge up there is staffing it and is going to try to get to the bottom of this methamphetamine problem.
I'd like to send her for a drug and alcohol test now while she's here. And then we need to have a hearing with regard to the methamphetamine and the Vyvanse issue, you know, and
I'm waiting on a letter from Jimmy Valentine, who is a nationally recognized toxicologist about this issue. I think it's going to resolve everything, but I mean.
Well, I appreciate the tenacity, but I'm going to have issues if you're trying to cover the camera. If you're trying to do things of this nature, I'm telling you now, I'm going to have a humongous problem with it. And don't care if you have Jesus here representing you, but if you are trying to be disingenuous by covering the camera, I'm telling you now, I'm going to have issues with it. Don't cover the camera. Don't have other people blow into it because the idea is that if that car is moving, and you're behind the wheel, you're supposed to be taking the breath test, not someone else, and then them allowing you to drive.
Nobody else is.
If I find that happens, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm going to send her for a test now. I want to set it for a hearing, perhaps in 2 weeks, so that I think we need to have an expert too. I mean, we need to figure out how we're going to have someone come testify on the issue as far as Vyvanse and I don't know. Let me reach out to my staff and figure out how we're going to go forward. Let's do like 2 to 3 weeks. We'll set it for a hearing, a formal hearing. You know, have the probation officer ready. Every allegation ready to go.
We would only ask, and we'll be happy to do that. We just asked for a list of what we're battling.
Yeah, of course. Is everything operational now as far as interlocks? Is she still reporting now?
Yes, sir. As far as I can tell, everything is still operational and she's reporting.
What is the cause number, Shatori, please?
That's here in misdemeanor. It is,
394034.
Tell me,
She was supposed to come in, to turn herself in and sign amended conditions to go to Plea. That's what she was here for.
that's right. Right.
And then,
he's not on the dock.
Why is the felony court unhappy?
because they got the same case review we did and they requested a motion from what I saw, but I guess they went upstairs. They said something else.
Who's in the 184th? Who's that?
That's Cat Thomas, Judge.
Okay. All right, so let's set the hearing for 3 weeks. Okay, and then I'm gonna get with my staff to see how we're gonna go forward as far as
Understood.
the methamphetamine issue.
Yeah, we'll be happy to share everything we find about. We're still untangling it, but you know, I've been in a lot of these problems and this one is giving me pause. It sounds like something where we may be going down the wrong path, so I wanted to bring it to your attention. That's all.
Don't test positive from now. And I'm telling you now, I'm gonna drug test you like crazy and I'm gonna test you for alcohol like crazy. Do you understand?
Good.
Don't test positive because it's really gonna go sideways real quick. Okay, all right.
Understood.
Pick a day, 3 weeks, and then we'll set it for a hearing.
Yes, sir.
Full hearing. Okay.
Do you want her to come back after the drug test?
ALO.
Alonso Herrera.
Thank you.
You, Ruben Alejandro Alonso Herrera.
Yes, Judge.
So you're charged with failure to comply with duty, striking an unattended vehicle. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
The officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a failure to stop and give information. The complainant reported that his brother was standing outside when he heard a loud bang and saw a silver car striking the complainant's car, which had been parked in the street. The complainant and his brother immediately began pursuing the vehicle and observed it parked in front of a residence down the street. The complainant took photos of the defendant exiting the vehicle and going into the residence. When officers asked whether the defendant remembered striking the complainant's vehicle, the defendant stated, "I probably scraped by it, but nothing at all. It was dark out."
What's the value?
Let's see, Your Honor. Approximately $1,500.
Judge, I don't think a RIP has been done, so there's no estimate. We don't know if the.
Yeah, I get it, but at least it needs to be over $200. That's why. Mr. Alonso Herrera, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Yes, sir.
You have valid liability insurance in your name?
No, Judge.
Then you're not allowed to drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond until you have liability insurance and show us that you have liability insurance. I'm making the condition of your bond that you're not to drive. I don't care where you're going. I don't care what you're doing. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me that you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, it's possible that I have a contempt hearing. And every time they prove to me that you're driving a vehicle, you can be facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Now you have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance, but it's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Adroga, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Pick up a new case, violate any conditions. Likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, sir. Okay?
It's
It's a really old case.
yes,
I've told him it's time to put this baby to bed.
yes.
Is there an offer in this case?
No,
How come after 1,258 days, there is no offer?
hoping we can get a gun safety class and dismiss.
It appears that was
Come on, Mr. Adams.
the delay is probably due to the missing dash cam that's still outstanding that we do not have.
I don't care.
Yes, Judge.
Get on it now.
Yes, Judge. Well,
Why on earth would we allow you to do this class where you get to dismiss this case when it's 1,258 days and you've repeatedly taken off? It's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer it. But I'm telling you now, I'm giving you 2 weeks to decide what to do with this case. The next time you come here, you will either accept a plea bargain agreement or I'm setting your case for trial. Do you understand? Not only that, I'm putting an ankle monitor on your ankle now so I know where you are at all times. Do you understand, Mr. Adams? And the next time you take off, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to have teeth falling out. Do you understand?
Judge, if I may, my client, shortly after this arrest, he lost his mother, and I believe it's the mother of one of his children.
No, my sister.
Sister. He fell on hard times. He was already, not well employed, and he's been through some rough times in his life in the past few years. He recently got a job working at a Chinese restaurant, and he has 3 children that he helps take care of. I'm not exactly sure when his last failure to appear was. It might have only been 1, but he hasn't been in trouble since this arrest, I think in 2021, right? So I asked the court to withhold from, giving him an ankle monitor. The state's also missing evidence here. If we can come back.
Last time we saw him was 3 years ago, Corey. So, I have sympathy in the fact that everybody has hard times, but your failure to appear on a repeated basis is a constant kick in the ding ding to us, and I'm not going to take it. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't know why your bond is not at 10,003, because that is what it really should be. Your bond is at 1,002, and it's way off of what it normally would be. Because I'm telling you, your bond should be 10,003, because that's what they're normally set with a person who has absconded as many times as you do now. You're lucky that you're not in custody as it is now. Do you understand? But at 1,258 days, I don't trust you. And so the only way I know that I'm going to keep tabs on you is with an ankle monitor. And like I said, the next time you take off, and it doesn't matter what the excuse is, the bond is going to go astronomical. Do you understand, Corey? I'm sorry, but if it were maybe 500, maybe 300, I would relent on not putting a monitor. But at 4 years or however long this case is, hell no.
I think that reflects his law abidingness, right? That he hasn't been in trouble, had any interactions with the police.
How do I know that?
Well, yes.
I don't know.
He would have been in an orange jumpsuit, I guess. If
Not necessarily. I mean, we don't know how he's been out of county, out of state. Look, you're walking out of here now. You're getting 2 weeks to decide what to do. You're not going into custody now. So you're still walking out of here, but I'm putting a monitor on you. And I'm telling you something else, that I should make you pay for it, where it would cost you around $400 to $500 a month, but I'm going to eat it. So there's no excuse. Do you understand, Ms. Adams? But you got to understand that in court, we hold people accountable. You may be able to live your life like this outside of the free world, but not in court. We will hold you accountable. And the next time, get ready. Take a seat. Of course. Hey, expedite it, whatever you need to do to get that body cam. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yeah.
Judge, for the conditions, I have some from the magistrate as well for remain in Harris County. Did you want to keep that?
No, I mean, I've got a monitor, so I know where he is,
So for all of the conditions, we have the GPS. Do you want that today?
Yeah, right now.
And then
No.
any other conditions? No firearms, weapons, ammunition,
That's it.
drugs and alcohol?
No, it's fine. Okay. All right, Corey.
Thank you. I almost made the joke.
Good morning.
2 new appointments.
Okay.
First, Miss Arevalo.
Okay, so that's Miss Araval in the back in the gray.
Yeah, I spoke.
P180? P180?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, just whatever you want.
Okay, yes, sir. And then,
Just admonish her 3 strikes. She's already taken off twice. It's not gonna happen again.
Sandra.
Twice already.
Judge,
Yeah.
was that state's bond conditions or pre-trial?
No, I'm not gonna do just, yeah, I guess state conditions where don't engage in like, behavior. Do you mind filing that? Aravalo?
Yes.
No prostitution.
Yes.
And who else? Jen?
And Mr. Joshua Jones. I believe you revoked him?
Yeah, he picked up another DWI. He was in the PTI program. I just put a whole host of conditions on him. We've now taken him into custody and just whatever you want. It's gonna take time.
Has a new bail been set on the?
Yeah, I set them both at 25.
Okay.
Yeah, for now. He's on bond for DWI, picks up another DWI, passed out. He's got 2 open drinks in the car. He's drinking while he's actually driving. So, for now, and then we can always approach later on,
Gotcha. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, good morning. Good morning. You are Stephen Clement.
Yes, Stephen Clement.
Mr. Clement. I wanted to let you know that you're not here alone. Your lawyer is here with you, but she's on Zoom. You are wanted out of the state of Callaway, Kentucky, specifically for 2 counts of burglary in the 3rd degree of $500 or more, but under $10,000. Are you waiving formal extradition? Okay. We need you to sign the waiver, and then we will have Kentucky come pick you up.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Oh,
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Ms. Oko.
right now. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. Have a great weekend. Okay.